My family thought they could steal my baby from me, so on his first birthday, I gave them a present they would never forget. I had just spent 17 hours in labor and was holding my baby for the first time when my sister forcefully ripped him away from me. Sorry sis, but I've changed my mind on this. I actually want him. The worst part was I couldn't even do anything. He was legally hers. I had carried him through her egg and IVF, and even though she swore to me the entire pregnancy that she'd let me keep it and make my dream of motherhood come true, none of that mattered in the eyes of the law. I went home crushed the very next day. And to make matters even worse, I walked in on a motherhood party I didn't even know was happening, congratulating my sister on her new chapter in life. Everyone was crowding around her and the baby, ignoring me like I was invisible. And every time I even looked at my son, someone would remind me I was just the auntie and should be happy for my sister. After that, my family doubled down. In every group chat and family text, the baby was always my sister's little angel. And if I so much as hinted at being sad, someone would jump in with, just let it go. Your sister deserved this. You'll always be special as aunt. When I showed up to the next family dinner, I was introduced to my own son as auntie, like nothing had happened. My mom would tell me to smile for the camera while my sister handed out birth announcement cards with her name on them and mine nowhere. Every milestone went the same way. When the baby rolled over for the first time, my sister posted a video and tagged herself as downed boy mom with a long post about how she'd bounced back so well from her pregnancy. Her friends commented about how amazing she looked for just having a baby. I heard them talking in the kitchen at a birthday party, saying they couldn't believe how my sister had kept her body looking so perfect even after birth. She just laughed and acted humble while I stood off to the side, trying not to cry. The weirdest part was how my sister went out of her way to block me from her stories and baby posts. I'd only find out about things secondhand from a cousin or old family friend who would say, "Did you see the cute photos your sister posted?" My sister even threw out or hid anything from my pregnancy. She never let me have a copy of the ultrasound. She stashed away my old hospital bracelet. She refused to talk about the day he was born. If I brought it up, she'd tell me not to confuse things for the baby and not to make it about me. It got to a point where I just shut down. I sent a birthday card for his half birthday. No reply. I dropped off a little jacket I'd bought. She left it on the porch and later posted a pic of the baby wearing something else, tagging a different friend as the best gift giver. I started going to therapy. My friends from college, the only people who knew the truth, tried to cheer me up. I journaled every day, trying to make sense of what had happened. By the time my son's first birthday rolled around, I hadn't seen him in months. My family had planned a big party and didn't even invite me. A cousin slipped up and mentioned the event in a group chat. I called my mom, desperate, and asked why I couldn't come. She just sighed and told me, "You know how you get. We don't want you to make things about yourself." My sister texted me a day later and said, "Don't show up. It's confusing for the baby." I was so angry and hurt that I couldn't even cry. That night I made a decision. I wasn't going to beg them anymore. I wasn't going to ask for permission to love my own son. I spent the next day putting together a memory book for him. I filled it with photos from my pregnancy, ultrasound pictures, journal entries, and a letter. I wrote about how much I loved him and how he was wanted, even if the world never let me say it out loud. I mailed it to my sister's house, addressed to my son. A few days after his birthday, my mom texted me saying they needed to talk. I walked into the living room and the whole family was there. My sister, my parents, even my aunt. My sister was furious. She shoved the memory book into my hands and told me to stop confusing the baby and let go. My mom said I was being selfish. Then my son started crying, loud, panicked, the kind of cry that cuts through everything. Nobody could calm him down. My sister was frantic. My mom snapped at her to do something. Without thinking, I picked him up and started humming the lullaby I used to sing to him in the womb. He quieted almost instantly and just stared at me. The whole room went silent. No one knew what to say. My dad looked away. My aunt looked baffled. My sister yanked him back, but he kept reaching for me. For a minute, nobody could pretend anymore. Even the people who hated me the most just stood there, not knowing what to do with what they'd just seen. I left right after that, knowing things had just changed, and I was right. Because although my parents went colder than ever, a couple of cousins started texting me, saying my sister wasn't a fit and nurturing mother, that she was doing my son more harm than good. That's when one of them texted me, "You can't let her keep him. You just can't. Please do something." The full story is linked below.